match will be decided by one fall. Presenting and introducing to you, coming from the red corner, the fast climbing London star. Give a nice big get and welcome, Jay Alexander. And his opponent coming from the blue corner, rated as the best technical wrestler in the country today, will you welcome from Margate, Jordon Breaks! Commence wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rumble Wrestling YouTube channel. I'm Aaron Nix. What a matchup we have in store for you right here. One fall to a finish, and as you see, a large amount of respect between these two fantastic young competitors. Jordon Breaks, in my estimation, the best technical wrestler in Britain, if not Europe, today, alongside his opponent for this evening, Jay Alexander. A first outing for Jay Alexander on the Rumble Wrestling YouTube channel. However, for the astute Rumble Wrestling fans who attend live, maybe not the first time they would have seen this impressive young man. An incredible physique on him, an incredible attitude for such a young age. Jay Alexander certainly has all the tools, as you're about to see, to become a big star. And look at the ease and the size and height at which he's able to overhaul someone of Jordon Breaks' nature. Jordon Breaks, the true magician, the true wizard of technical and fundamental professional wrestling. A real throwback, a real world of sport special as we honor the greatness and the excellent tradition of British professional wrestling here at Rumble Wrestling, as we always do. Jordon Breaks is the finest example of the modern age professional wrestler with an old school touch about him in his style. And the shoulder block takes down Jay Alexander there. Cover, not even a one count. Matt Wilson unable to get in position, but that was all about posturing there. And you saw Jordon Breaks saying just a small amount, and there is a real ferocity about the crowd for this one. I think a lot of Jay's friends in particular are in the house for this one. A real contingent from London. As you can see right there, a few Arsenal fans from London in the house. No doubt a few of Jay's biggest fans. That young man is pretty ferocious in his support of Jay. And it's hard to see why people like Jay Alexander. Talk about the quintessential professional wrestler and the Japanese stranglehold applied by Jordon Breaks to Jay Alexander. And Jordon Breaks, it's very rare he's up against a man who has quite a sizable advantage in terms of height and weight over him, but that's exactly what Jay Alexander does, and Jordon Breaks is no slouch. The stranglehold that has been reversed and applied by Jay Alexander, doing some serious damage. There you go, Jordon Breaks able to find, and if an escape isn't known in professional wrestling, then trust me, Jordon Breaks will make one. Such is the excellence of his ability. Beautiful flight of fancy, that lovely old world of sport style, catch as can style of wrestling. Jay Alexander once again almost caught flush despite feeling like he had full control. And this is something that Jordon Breaks has done for years as a professional wrestler. The mind games are so subtle and yet so excruciatingly technically brilliant, just like himself. Snapmare takeover on Jay Alexander, who just rolls right through, and a handshake as well, begrudgingly from Jay. Oh dear. A young member of the audience asking them to get on with it. Jordon trying to show our young audience the values of respect within the professional wrestling world as he picks the ankle beautifully, cravats the ankle, looking to ground and debilitate. And you'll notice once again the little things that are in full effect with Jordon Breaks, the positioning, the ring awareness, the high acumen. I talk about mental IQ on a regular basis when it comes to professional wrestling. The mind needs to be as well tuned as the body, and that is something that Jordon Breaks, after mastering so many different arts from so many different talents before him, has been able to do. Wrist lock applied. Very fundamentally sound is Jay Alexander as well, and you'll see, brilliant use of the forearm there to escape, but Jay Alexander again seems to be able to go hold for hold up until this point with Jordon. Referee Matt Wilson in fine position. Jay Alexander sends Jordon off the ropes, was looking for a sweep and gets caught with a very simple and effective shoulder block, and Jay Alexander immediately able to get out. And a very sporting contest, as you can imagine. I don't think we've seen a contest that hasn't been sporting from Jordon Breaks. Probably the more likeable and more gentleman-like individual in the history of our sport. It is very hard to find somebody who's more affable and spends more time and is willing to give you more time than Jordon Breaks. Taken down very expertly, that hammerlock with the wrist lock applied by Jay Alexander and just wrenching away, adding some real torque to the shoulder and the elbow for Jordon Breaks, who's up on his feet and looking for an escape, and you can see the pain on Jordan's face. And this is something that you would have seen from all the greats, just like James Mason and Fit Finlay. And now the headlock applied, cravat, the snap there, straight through. Snapmare in reply by Jay Alexander, and now looking for a Beal, I think, off the ropes, but sends, lovely, and catches Jordon on the go around with a shoulder block. Jay off the ropes. Jordon looking for the sweep, looking for the clothesline, but Jay just cuts right through it and clotheslines Jordon Breaks. And you're beginning to see the power game take advantage here of this dynamic between fundamentally sound professional wrestlers, but Jay Alexander has that one advantage that Jordon Breaks may not necessarily have, which is the power advantage. Not to say that Jordon Breaks isn't a strong, powerful wrestler in his own right, but Jay Alexander, as you can see, at 6'3" and 220, is a very special looking athlete. Lovely roll through from Jordon. Looking for that Russian leg sweep, but Jay shrugs him off. Lovely technique there, and that's because of the pressure applied on, wow, you look at the torque on that one. The pressure, I was going to say, applied to the wrist of Jordon Breaks, and nip up, but sends him over with the arm drag. But again, because of the torque and the power applied, a real vice-like grip from Jay Alexander, Jordon Breaks still finds himself under the allure of Jay Alexander's fundamentally sound technical wrestling. Jordon Breaks, I think, a little bit begrudging in the, oh wow, and there's a European uppercut, nothing fancy about that. Lovely double underhook suplex as well. And I think Jordon Breaks, our fun and games are over here, 2 count. You saw a real shift in mentality there, something we don't see from Jordon Breaks often. A real mean look about him. And I suppose wrestling the likes of Mark Truan coming up just short recently has certainly helped add a little bit of a mean streak to Jordon Breaks. And now, oh wow, look at the raw power there. That's going to knot up the shoulder. Knuckle lock and wrist lock applied. Now just a Chinese burn being applied here. And you know what? It worked on the playgrounds and it still works now. And Jordon Breaks, I think, is, dare I say, having a little bit of fun playing with his food right now. And the food on the platter of life and the platter of the canvas that is professional wrestling is, of course, Jay Alexander. European uppercut once again from Jordon Breaks. Heel technique into the Irish whip and just drives his head right into the midsection of Jay Alexander. When you think about all the legends, the likes of Jim Breaks, Fit Finlay, Johnny Saint, all of these individuals have been assessed, have been studied, have been absolutely obsessed over by Jordon Breaks, who once again is looking to dissect Jay Alexander with a headbutt to the midsection and then just stamps. I think he was looking to stamp on the feet actually, and Jay Alexander looking to take a bit of cover but not wrapping himself up in the ropes. And once again you can see wrist lock of, oh wow, look at the torque on the left elbow, the left arm of Jay Alexander.
What do you say, Jay?
And Jay Alexander, talk about an upside like no other. An individual with every, oh, that was a nasty, I tell you what. Referee Matt Wilson admonishing Jordon Breaks here, and we spoke about that mean streak, and once again it was applied, just splashed the left arm, looking to cause some serious damage, could genuinely hyperextend or tear at muscles and ligaments. It does it again. dropping the body weight down. You can see the look on Jordon Breaks' face. He's not amused. He's not having a good time. If anything, I think he's had enough of Jay Alexander and all the plaudits that have been afforded to him recently. And is looking to make an example and remind this young man that I am the technical masterpiece. And Jay Alexander very smartly there shifted his weight back onto Jordon Breaks, but Breaks is able to escape and once again utilises a European uppercut to his advantage. And nothing fancy or technical about that. Stiff shots in the corner. Jay Alexander being rocked by Jordon Breaks. Oh, look out. Oh, and I think Jay was wise to that. Lovely martial cradle. Absolutely beautiful. Rolled right into it, did Jay Alexander. But again, Jordon Breaks with a European uppercut. And Jordon Breaks has really stepped up the aggression. He keeps looking for that headbutt once again. Sunset flip from Jay Alexander. Gets Jordon Breaks up and over 2 count. Oh my lord. I think he was very close to a 3 count there. And now a clothesline. And Jay Alexander out of nowhere. Back elbow. Very little in the way of pep on that. It has to be said, however. Ducks a clothesline as Jordon Breaks. And now a beautiful discus forearm from Jay Alexander. I think Jay Alexander smells blood in the water. Violent strike in the corner, standing into Guri. Lovely technique, and now the fireman's carry applied. Jordon Breaks escapes out the back. Sends Jay Alexander into the corner, but he's caught coming in, and now back to that fireman's carry goes Jay Alexander, and an Oshikoroshi. A Japanese suplex variant right across the knee. Normally it's the neck that lands across the knee, but a variation in that from Jay Alexander saw the upper spine of Jordon Breaks just bent right across the thigh and the knee of an extremely gangly and lanky Jay Alexander, and that would have done some serious damage. Now, looking perhaps for the pump handle power slam, I think, but Jordon Breaks goes all the way over and utilises that headbutt once again. Looks like he went low, he didn't, but it certainly looks that way. Right in the breadbasket of Jay Alexander went Jordon Breaks, and now a fireman's carry of his own applied. Jay Alexander able to escape every bit the athlete, despite his size, and a beautiful counter into the abdominal stretch, with the elbow applied in the ribs that are completely exposed. And you can hear the pain, the suffering from Jay Alexander, who counters, looking for one of his own. I think he's going back to that bump handle. Lovely grip applied, and beautiful hip toss counter by Jordon Breaks. And every step away, these men seem to have a counter for each other. Jay Alexander giving Jordon Breaks all he can handle. Beautiful rising knee lift. Not the most contact in the world, but enough to shake the odds and bods. And a beautiful tornado DDT from Jay Alexander, who now wraps up Jordon Breaks with a pinfall. Just a 2 count, but man, there has not been many pinfall attempts at all in this matchup. But when Jay Alexander has had one, he has been close to victory. Not many men get to go this long with the best technical wrestler in Europe, in my estimation, that is Jordon Breaks. Jay Alexander has a real rare opportunity here. He's in rarefied air against technical excellence, and he took a little too long. And now Jordon Breaks knotting up that left arm. Again, the shoulder, which he's been working on ad nauseum at different moments during this matchup. And you can see it there once again. Just a vicious pitbull-like mentality as Jordon Breaks is looking to knot up the... Oh, man, that is ugly. Just looking at Jay Alexander using a forearm shiver to try and escape, and Jordon Breaks is having none of it. Retains his application of said wrist lock. Now Jay Alexander just trying to use power to escape, but again, Jordon Breaks retains that wrist lock, and you can hear the screams. There isn't respite for long. Jay has got to create complete separation. Those forearms aren't going to get it done. Very little in the way of pepper there on those forearms. And there's the break he was looking for, and a much better forearm from Jay Alexander. Off the ropes, caught flush with the Finley special. Now a deep pinfall attempt from Jordon Breaks, but Jay Alexander cowers, and now look out. The disarm at a variation of the Fujiwara armbar from Jordon Breaks applied to Jay Alexander, who's got his face in the canvas, and he has got to get moving again. Jay Alexander, very impressive in using his height and weight to distribute to get off the canvas. Rolls through, going back to that pump handle slam once again. Maybe third time's the charm. No, it is not. An escape. Beautiful counter by Jordon Breaks. He goes right back to it now. The guillotine applied in terms of the leg lock and the vicious wrist lock. Oh no, Jay Alexander's dropped in. There's the tap out right there. You saw, there's the tap out, the submission. Jordon Breaks has submitted Jay Alexander courtesy of that violent wrist lock. He knows exactly what he's done.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know speciality submission. The winner of the contest, Jordon Breaks.
A very special submission applied, and it's Jordon Breaks. And now,
ladies and gentlemen, I think it was a very sporting contest. Show your appreciation equally for Jay Alexander.
a stunning effort by Jay Alexander, ladies and gentlemen.
Jordon Breaks.